It's Open House Thursday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Morayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Alaja Nima Akashat Zabiri, how are you today?
Grateful to God. It's 4 years. My father passed tomorrow. So we're in our sober praying mood because I believe that is transitioning in the afterlife, like the Quran says, and I hope that Allah makes it an easy journey. It covers him, forgives his sins, grants him al-Jannah, Firdaus, consoles us left behind. And I think I'm doing better than I ever was. You know, every time I reflect on his passing, I wasn't doing good at all. But this year, I think I'm doing better.
Time heals, they say.
Better. Yes. Yeah. I still wear his clothes. I read the Quran that he read. And I feel more blessed.
Connected,
Yeah, I do a lot of things that he did religiously. Now that he's no longer alive. The time he used to remind me was a burden. But now that he's no longer alive, I do them, and I do them deliberately.
You need no reminders.
Religiously, yeah. I pray that Allah counts all those good things he taught us as good deeds for him, and you know they will work for him as Sadaqah to Jariyah, and all the good deeds he did while alive will continue to count for him in the year after.
Amen.
Amen.
Hello, Mariam Longe.
Hi, I'm good. I thought you were going to talk about what happened with us yesterday, like
The water.
after all the flood and everything. I ended up at her office because I just figured it was better to be closer to my son's school than, you know,
Going home and coming
Yeah.
out.
and swim through. But luckily at the time, traffic was completely almost gone.
Off on your side.
And then the school asked us to pick up our kids quite early. I was there about 1:40 something and picked him up.
Made sense.
Made so much sense, you know. And then when we got out, easy. But, you know, some of my staff, they said they were seriously beaten in the rain, getting
This morning.
to work and everything. So
Wasn't it?
thankfully, there's no rain today.
Yeah.
I hope the sun comes out a bit because
Yeah,
it's still a
better
bit
it's on
chilly and
Saturday. I
everything.
hope it's nice and sunny.
I pray.
I had meetings
then-
on the island. Sorry, I had meetings on the island. They called me, Auntie, please don't come. We are going to our house.
Because we said so.
Yes, they told me not to bother.
But it's also my dearest sister's birthday, Ima Bong.
Oh.
Happy birthday, my darling. I wish you all the very best.
Happy
and I'm so
birthday.
happy for you this year because all your blessings are just coming in.
Yes,
So
sir.
I'll see you today.
Happy
Oh, Ima Bong, the one I know.
Yes.
Happy birthday, darling.
Happy birthday.
She works so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you doing?
I'm doing
We've
great.
missed you on the show. It's been 5 days.
Oh, please.
10 days, right?
Oh, hey, see these liars.
You've been.
I've been working, I've been on set. We're putting it together, but the rains are not smiling.
Are they
We
affecting
have to.
production?
Yes, of course, it's affecting our exterior scenes. Yes, when we have to shoot outside, we have to wait for the rain to go down, and it's just stalling. But this is my first time shooting during the rainy season. I will never try it again. Yeah, it doesn't work, but somehow it's coming with blessings because when we now get out to shoot, the sun isn't so much.
Yeah, it's
Hey, we're not
pictures are-
sweating as much. The picture quality is awesome. So there's, the blessings are there as well as the pain. But we thank God. We're wrapping up very soon. I'm really excited.
yeah.
Well done.
Well done. Proud
You
of
see,
you.
I don't lose weight. The weight I've
can
been
see.
dieting to lose since I did not lose.
Yeah,
In a
you
few,
You know,
Yes.
work,
work,
more work,
yeah.
more production.
More production.
Well done.
Bring it on.
Well done.
And you,
How you
sis?
doing?
Fine. I'm doing well. I'm grateful to God, you know.
It's your birthday on
My
Saturday.
birthday on Saturday.
Saturday, anything.
So you're doing
Are we coming to
cousins
eat
hangout?
something?
I'm planning a cousin's hangout. We picked a venue. So
For your birthday or a different thing?
My birthday.
You like spending.
So you want to cut us off now?
Oh,
we are not your. We are
They
not your
cousins.
I
cousins.
love you guys.
they
No, we are not your cousins now.
So no, what happened was that
But I thought you were doing it in your
Just
house,
like-
Morayo.
I was going to do my
You
house.
say you're doing chicken and rice.
I thought so too. But I just thought about
You add a
know,
few more things.
You know, just I don't know, guys. Don't put under pressure. You know,
Don't mind them.
Maybe we are not coming. It's not cause you can give them puff puff.
No, I just said that you have a venue. I was wondering.
and so we picked somewhere like central because we are all so far apart. So like, let's find somewhere where everybody's easier for us to converge. So that's why
So is it all cousins or
No,
is it
not all
like an
cousins.
age range of maybe
a
your...
few cousins that I remember.
So the other cousins that are not being called.
Like us now.
family.
So like even us now, I'm taking it personal.
I thought it was all cousins. That's why I reminded
not all
you.
Cousins.
No, no.
Just a few cousins.
You're in trouble.
The ones that are watching that she did not remember.
Even
Paula.
the cousins on the show that they know if we invite.
Auntie cousin on the show, relax.
Why?
They were starting
Because
doing it
before.
progressively. The ones
Yeah.
that have their numbers, then we'll talk to them. Small one now.
When you post pictures,
But
the
can
ones
the
that
cousin
see.
come in unannounced?
Of course, absolutely.
So
We're trying to
cousins,
connect
if
families.
Some of the
open
cousins can
invitation.
come. Yeah.
That's it, they find it. Anyways, now you know, please don't drop this race issue again. I don't want to holler. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll look at the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. All right, so before I go into papers review, name us
My auntie died on Monday night.
Auntie died. Oh.
To the Akokia family, my heart are with you. Auntie Alima, Uncle Yusuf, Brother Yusuf, may Allah forgive her and grant her Jannah. Janaza has been done already.
Amen.
God forgive us.
Amen.
It's like that.
Okay, we're going to start now with the paper review. We're going to move on to The Nation. Customs impounds guns, drones, others at MMIA, that's Muhammad National Airport. Dogara, federal lawmakers not earning jumbo pay. Bande electricity consumers tariff now 209.
I took it on her behalf.
And also a report, there won't be job loss, says Reps Committee. Okay, and we can see that the Ministry of Works is still doing that publicity in The Nation. Okay, any story?
People should
Yes. So let me help Morayo because I really feel pained for my dear sister here, Morayo. So they said for the third time in 4 months, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NEC, yesterday approved another round of upward review of electricity tariff for customers on Band A. They said the new tariff became effective on Monday and is now 209 naira 50 kobo per kilowatt, which was upward from 206 naira 80 kobo per kilowatt. Already, distribution companies have notified electricity users on the band of the hike. For instance, the Bado Electricity Distribution Company said yesterday, effective immediately, the tariff will be adjusted from the 206 to 209, and it's been duly approved by NEC and also captured in the multi-year tariff supplementary order. They said the statement was signed by the acting managing director of that's Francis Agoha, and they had to clarify why they decided to do the increment. They said, first of all, our Band A customers are the ones that are being increased. The Band B, C, D, and E remains unchanged. And they said that they are aware of the change in tariffs and is of concern to customers, but they had to do it because of the economic indices, including fluctuations in the exchange rates, inflation rate, available generation capacity, and the cost of gas. They also went ahead to promise that they will still keep giving them the lights for 20 hours, but now that they have to pay increment. So a lot of people are a lot of people are quarreling about this, saying that this doesn't make sense. All the bands are going through the same things in the economy. Why do they keep increasing this? And they are not going through
to build a house that can flow too.
It's not our hot topic.
Well, not our hot topic. Don't allow them. Let them stay on Band A, dear. Leave us where we are.
Oh, wow.
In the meantime, Nigerian customs are consoling us. They've impounded another cache of arms and other military items illegally imported from Turkey. They had 55 pieces of unassembled Joseph Magnum, Tomahawk, semi-automatic shotgun, and other military paramilitary hardware, and that were discovered neatly packed and concealed inside other items in a container. It's the second of such. They had already impounded a container with 844 rifles and 112,500 rounds of ammunition that were intercepted at an airport in Port Harcourt. And the controller of customs says that collaborative work led to in June, collaborative work led to the impounding of more of such items. They have about 148 pieces of drones, 172 pieces of ballistic vests, 1 piece of ballistic helmet, 8 pieces of walkie-talkies, 9,172 pieces of military and paramilitary badges. Other items also include 20 pieces of camouflage uniform. So when you see a military attack, you just might not be them. 100 pieces of camouflage vest, 172 pieces of camouflage caps,
Exactly.
and 120 pieces of binoculars.
All right.
Plenty like that, but they've handed everything to the coordinator of the National Center for Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons under the office of the NSA. Also, one suspect was arrested, and that suspect has been handed over to that office as well for debriefing, further investigation, further processing. It's just,
So I have the former House of Rep Speaker Yakubu Dogara yesterday at their legislative open week. So this is organized by the House of Reps to mark the end of his first legislative year and the commencement of his second year. So Dogara yesterday said that he was trying to bring our attention to how much it is that they earn, our perception and their own reality. He said that when he was Speaker, his monthly salary was less than 400,000 naira. He said his monthly impress as presiding officer was 25 million naira. And he also said that what he also used that money for, that he put that money straight into an account, and that money went to constituents for their needs and for their demands. He says he even has an accountant who was always lamenting that the demand on this account is too much. He says, well, wherever you get money, get loan. As long as these demands come, make sure that you see to those demands and then you pay back as the money comes in. And he said that, so a lot of people just think that they're flush with cash.
Very nice.
And that it's giving people a bad impression of them, that they will even go to public fora and then people were calling them thieves and all sorts of things because they think that money is just falling on them. He says while he was there, this was the amount they were getting and this is how they spend their money. But it's also talking to Nigerians. Stop putting too much demands on these legislators. They don't have that kind of money that you think
25 million monthly. Plus all the privileges.
I say you don't have that kind
That's
of. They don't have that. They don't have that sort of money that you think that they have.
They have it.
So let us look at
That's
these
the
things.
Nigerian. They have his no matter what you
Anyway.
see. Anyways, let me take my own story before we wrap up. The House of Representatives yesterday promised that there will be no job loss as they merged many of the government agencies, and that's when the sorry report. So if you recall, there was the approval where they have agreed to implement the Morayo report of 2012, and part of which is to merge agencies that are duplicating efforts. So yesterday, the chairman of the committee set up to review the recommendations, Ibrahim Isiaka, said that they're only going to be saving costs. They're not going to be, there won't be job losses. So they will merge some agencies, but they retain most of the staff. According to him, the world is evolving, and it's crucial that our government agencies, our commissions are structured in a way that enables them to deliver their mandates effectively and efficiently. So they don't, through the review, they're going to remove redundancies, duplications, inefficiencies, and improve efficiency across board. So nobody would lose their job. I don't know how they plan to do that without losing their jobs. Anyway, moving on quickly now to the Punch. 10-hour rainfall, businesses grounded, house collapse as flood overtakes Lagos. National Assembly scores federal government low on budget implementation. $1.5 billion oil sector divestment deals completed, says federal government. Customs intercept 1.6 billion naira military wares, rifles from Turkey. Father, son remanded for allegedly stealing 75 million naira from Lagos firm. Senate probes $4 billion refineries prepares Rosario's diesel import. And Southeast leaders step up moves to free Nnamdi Kanu. Let's take one story for the break.
Human interest. So this father and son, 31-year-old Babatunde Ishola and his father, Bayo Ishola, have been remanded in a correctional facility in Kirikiri. Also, they were charged at the Yaba Magistrate Court for stealing 75 million naira belonging to a lotto company. But the charge reads that they registered this lotto company between 2020 and 2023, and they conspired among themselves with several others now at large to steal from the company 75 million naira. I'm wondering how, I wanted details, but that's what the charge reads.
Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Thanks
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch story.
Yes.
Yeah, the Senate has launched an investigation into the alleged importation of hazardous petroleum products, particularly diesel, into the country. I'd read, I think it was last week or so, where I talked about, these conversations. I think it was from the Dangote refinery, some of their staff, they were talking about these diesels that were being imported, and they had some cancerous elements, and we use them here. So the Senate is saying that they're going to, probe that, and they have set up a panel, a 15-member ad hoc committee, to do a comprehensive investigation into the sector, and they are expecting the committee to report in 3 weeks. They also said that they received reports that 12 diesel cargoes carrying a total of 660 KT of diesel. So I checked up KT, it says thousands of tons of diesel were exported by refineries to offshore Lomé, Togo, and further distribution to West African markets, primarily Nigeria. Despite the substandard nature of the diesel, it still finds its way into Nigerian markets. So it's good that, that they're investigating it. But I remember then when I read it, I was saying, why are we waiting until this for an employee or a part to talk about it before we hear our government investigate it?
Yeah.
But it's good that we have started the investigation, and hopefully in 3 weeks we'll hear what they find out.
So I have the major headline. They said business and commercial activities were grounded on Wednesday, that was yesterday, following a 10-hour downpour in many parts of Lagos and Ogun states. They said the resulting flooding brought down a 2-story building in the Mushin area of Lagos. It grounded vehicular movement on the roads, overwhelmed thousands of residents, and some students were not able to go to school in some parts of the state. Though the Lagos state government said the rain lasted for about 9 hours in some parts of the state, it started at midnight and it did not subside until noon, making it about 12 hours. So they mentioned some of the places that had issues: Bega, Ikeja, Ogba. Some parts, the rain also lasted for 10 hours there. Some people also visited flooded areas such as Iyanoworo, Agege, Ijegun, Isheri, Osun, Bagada, Lagos Island, Lagos State, and everywhere was basically flooded. They said there were also floods in places like Eredo, Bogije, Ekpe, Shongotedo, that's down Ibejuleki, Awoyaya area, Labora and Abidjan as well. And the Ijebu Ode and Ogun State observed their major roads were submerged, making them impassable, leaving passengers stranded. There were cars also that were stranded on the roads. And the heavy showers which started, they said was blamed for a collapse of a 2-story building in Cameroon Road in Mushin area of Lagos. There was also another building that was just being constructed that collapsed, but however, people were being rescued there, and no lives were lost as a result of this. So we just need to follow up on the damages that the rain has done so far, and also warning our people to, because there was a viral video yesterday where somebody was caught going to trash their bin in the flood. Yeah. And then block the roads again, and we start complaining that flood is entering. We need to just be responsible.
I took a video of the canal that runs across the Western Avenue. The amount of styrofoam and plastic
that people have dumped there.
Yes.
Okay, Daily Sun very quickly. NEMA issues flooding alert in 31 states. Southeast senators meet AGF, begs Tinubu for Nnamdi Kanu's release. Terrorist attacks. Senate identifies Lake Chad, Sambisa as Boko Haram hotspots. Flood submerges Lagos, disrupts business activities. Kaduna, group petitions EFCC, ICPC over alleged 423 billion naira fraud against ex-governor El Rufai. Borno bombings, Khan expresses worry over resurgence of suicide bombing. And petroleum producers raise the alarm on crude oil importation. Okay. Let me take Southeast very quickly, because I always follow up on that story. So the senators from the Southeast region of Nigeria have made a passionate appeal to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to order the release of the IPOB leader, that's Nnamdi Kanu, indigenous people of Biafra. The senators led by the Abia State Deputy Governor, Enyinaya Abaribe and Victor Ome, went to see the Chief Justice, the Attorney General of the Federation, actually, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, to deliver a letter for the president. They appealed that the president releases him, and they had a press briefing after the presentation. He said that Kanu is released, social and economic activities within the region would remain and would, if he's not released, economic activities within that region would remain and be stagnant. And it's important that he considers releasing him with immediate effect as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I have the Independent Petroleum Producers Group forecasting doom. They're saying that if except urgent steps are taken, we stand to lose our position as top crude oil producers in the world by becoming a net importer of the same commodity that we are abundantly blessed with. The group said that in the nearest future, we seem to be will be unable to meet our domestic refinery crude demand, and because of that situation presently, the Dangote refinery is importing, has been forced to meet its 650,000 crude per day crude need by importing from the United States. They are saying, according to them, the chairman, Mr. Abdrazak Issa, said this yesterday at the ongoing Nigeria Oil and Gas 2024 Energy Week in Abuja, and said this trend is frightening. He said our overall installed domestic refinery capacity is closing at 2 million barrels per day, and we may soon outstrip that ourselves in the position where we are unable to meet our local refinery demand and will become a net importer, God forbid. He says that there will not be, he's not unconnected with the frustration currently faced by the Dangote refinery. And just talking about it, I was just in my head thinking that we too will be exporting our crude since and buying our petrol. So if we import crude and we sell petrol in dollars, maybe that's a profitable. But I let the experts.
What we now do with the crude?
I'll let the experts
Anyway,
advise.
Just as an addendum to the story I took earlier, so it's important for me to state very clearly that Abaribe also disclosed that he has had a meeting with
Senator
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he has agreed to abide with every condition given for his release. So hopefully that should...
You remember Senator Abaribe stood
So I have a
shorty
quick
for
story.
him when he jumped bail.
Yes, in the sun, yes. So the Christian Association of Nigeria registered its concerns over the resurgence of suicide bombing in Nigeria. They are highlighting the threats it might pose to the lives and livelihood of Nigerians. And CAN said its concerns were due to the recent suicide attacks in Goza, Borno State, which claimed numerous lives and injured many others. Its president, Archbishop Daniel Oko, made a statement yesterday and said that the senseless act of violence was a reminder of the evil that the terrorism represents and the need for collective action against it. And he says the attacks in Goza are a stark reminder that terrorism is a threat to our collective humanity. Innocent lives were lost, and it could have been anyone, a family member, a friend, a neighbor. We must all come together to condemn the evil and support the efforts of our security agencies to keep us safe. And, you know, just reminded me of how we had stopped hearing about suicide bombers, and all of a sudden we're beginning, it's trickling in again. If the government doesn't do anything to, you know, stop this, we may now go back to where we're coming from, and may affliction never rise up a second time.
Yeah, and so on the back of that, the Senate had, you know, a sitting yesterday, and security came up. And they were actually talking about this particular incident that happened. They said the Senate has identified 3 major hotspots in Borno State as enclaves for Boko Haram fighters. They revealed that the suicide bomber who attempted to detonate the 5th explosive was arrested by GTF military. The 4th suicide bomber, in an attempt to evade arrest, detonated an explosive, and that one killed a soldier from the southern part of the country. They said last Saturday, teenage female suicide bombers killed over 32 in Goza, the story you just mentioned, where, you know, many were injured. And we had some stakeholders from Borno State, that's Ndume and Mohammed Monguno, who are from Borno State. They're talking about, you know, the way forward and how to tackle these terrorist attacks. Ndume even said that one of the suicide bombers that was arrested, you know, when asked why she was doing it, she said she was ready to die and go to heaven. So he said the indoctrination is real. Deep. So this is how they think, you know, they don't see it as something that they're doing bad. So on the one hand, really, we need to be fighting it, you know, the indoctrination. And then they're also asking for modern technology in the fight against this, that this would help.
Okay. A final paper, Nigerian Tribune. Only fiscal federalism will enable governors pay workers living wage, says Ekiti governor. Oyo CP Miss Shaun of Ogbomoso Chief Imam over feud. Government invade Benue community, kills 11 persons. Uniben students protest over outage, block Benin Lagos Expressway. and the FG to transform Nigeria into a $1 trillion economy by 2030. Okay, story very quickly.
Okay, the Oyo CP. So we remember the Shon and the Shon of Ogumosho and the chief imam of Ogumosho having a clash over his not seeking permission to go for Hajj. But the commissioner of police in Oyo State, Ayodele Shonubi, has started to broker peace between the chief, the Oba Gandhi Afolabi Olaoye, the Orume Gege, the third, and the chief imam Agba of Ogumosho, Yunus Tella Olushino Ailara, and hopefully will be able to resolve the matter. But the Tribune then goes back and gives us an account of how all of this started. The chief imam had been traditionally brought in because the king usually, the Oba, the Shawun usually appoints chief imam Agba for Ogumosho land by the late Shawun. Now the new Shawun, I don't know what the issue was, thought it was unwise of him to go on the Hajj without his permission. And I don't even think that, I think those conflicts should be sorted out. The Hajj, you only require God's calling, no permission to go for the Hajj of any human. I don't understand how this was, but traditionally it's required by the stool to say, okay, you can travel. And so they had this back and forth where this one is saying, it was not your own Shawun that made me king, and I don't have to go. So I think it should be religiously handled. I personally, as a Muslim, do not require permission of any human to serve
Go
God.
for Hajj.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to wrap up. Final story. The Ekiti State governor is also weighing in on the issue of minimum wage. Has said that only fiscal federalism that can culminate in the ability to capacity for all the states to be able to pay minimum wage. That as we are right now, as the states are, they are incapable of paying or even sustaining the minimum wage that is currently being debated upon. He's saying that he was speaking at a delegates conference, and they was also asking that, listen, there's lots of land provided for you in Ekiti, that those of you civil servants who are workers who are interested in getting lands, that the state could afford, that they will be willing to eventually give people land to be able to go into farming. Agriculture obviously is going to be the way to help to offset some of the money that, some of the revenue wages that we're expecting. No governor wants to retrench its staff. If there is a minimum wage today without a concurrent increment in what we're earning, no governor can sustain it. So the governor used the opportunity to call on Ekiti State residents to embrace agriculture, and they have declared over 2,000 hectares of land to be allocated free of charge to interested Ekiti residents.
Amazing.
So I'm happy that the governors are having serious conversations concerning this minimum wage issue, because it's
Now
really
they're
about
getting
them.
creative.
They're getting, God bless you, they're getting creative.
They now
thinking of
understand,
ideas,
yes, that they
understanding
have to work.
that is imperative for them to get creative. That's all we can take on Front Page Review this morning. When we come back, it's our Thursday. We'll continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So today we're going to be talking a bit about Ogun State. We have with us the Senior Special Assistant to the Ogun State Governor on Public Communication, Mr. Dare Odufowokan. He will be discussing the road situation that has been trending for days. Quite a number of people have put on Twitter, on X, expressing their displeasure and the disappointment in the government of Ogun State for not rehabilitating many of the roads that we see. So he'll be giving us some clarity on some of those. So you're welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here. Good morning, Master.
You're welcome, sir.
Before we even go to all the comments on social media, we have to tell you, because here on this table, almost every single time YK comes on this set, one of the first things she talks about is that Alagbole Road. She's Gutakute. Since she has known that road, it has never been fixed. And there was a time there was excitement because she thought that they were fixing it, and she came around celebrating, and we're all like, hallelujah. And suddenly it stopped. Said the workers left, nothing happened until today. Nothing has happened. So
we all applied the road now.
Yes.
You know, you follow after Beggar, you follow to that end of the bridge. That's where you finish that road. That's that to go up, come down into Alagbole to the.
So let us start with that. What's the updates on that road before we go to other roads?
Yeah, thank you very much. The road, I'm happy you said she often says since she has known that road.
Yeah.
So it's not a new development. And then there was an effort by the previous administration to start work on it. Perhaps They couldn't. The work practically never took off. Contractors were mobilized. And you see, when the new administration came, it is not only that road that has got issues. For example, if you look at what's been going on, has been trending, many of the roads they are showing, yes, those roads need attention. But if the government of Governor Dare Odufowokan had not taken so much effort to work on several hundreds of other roads since it came in, I think what we'll be talking about will be more than this. So I want to establish that because of the road we are starting with, it's all about precedences. If we had successive administrations doing as much, I'm saying this on national television, as much as, and I have a list of roads that were prior to 2019 in terrible states, that if Governor Dare Odufowokan and his administration has not fixed them, they will be part of those roads we'll be talking about today. So if we remove those ones from what has been done, we definitely still have a lot of roads calling for attention. And I tell you, if the governor decides today, or since his inception, to not to do any other thing in Ogun State other than fix roads, he cannot finish fixing the bad roads in Ogun State. And the reasons are enormous. Ogun State, for example, has the highest highest length of federal roads anywhere in this country. And check it.
Wow. It
is the gateway. Either you are getting into Lagos, the commercial capital, or you are going out, you must pass through Ogun State. Federal roads littering everywhere. And many of these roads, apart from the few internal roads people bring to fore, majority of these roads we're talking about are federal roads. And I want to tell you, in spite of them being federal roads, the governor immediately came in, identified some road and said, look, if we are to make sense of anything we want to do in this administration, we must find solution to these roads. For example, the Lagos-Abeokuta-Songo Expressway. It's a federal road. We all know the state it was in, even prior to 2019. When it came, a lot of palliatives were done on that road. Obviously, it's the people of Ogun State also ply that road. We are inviting investors by the day. This administration is doing a lot of things that needs other people from other states to be part of us. They'll pass that road. The governor reached out right from inception to the federal government. Allow us to fix this road. He made a lot of overtures and for 4 years. Not until sometimes last year, around October, November, there was something like a presidential nod. Okay, Ogun State can fix this road. And we celebrated that because it's a major road.
Okay, we understand you had to explain this, give us this introduction.
Yes.
Back to the question I asked. Alagbole Akute, what's your...
It is a road the governor is not toying it. That's exactly what I want to explain. Okay. But why he would want to fix that road today, having the resources, there are also tens, hundreds of other roads needing the same attention. Okay. And it becomes a matter of priority.
That's where I have objections because, just a minute, this question we've put to Ogun State over and over. They gave a list of roads needing priority at one point and said Alagbole was in the next batch. I'm surprised in 2024 we're sitting here and it's still not priority financially for the governor. Now, Governor Ambode had dealt with border roads and bridges along that side on the Lagos end of things. And you'd expect that, Ogun State will collaborate and finish up because, your state, Lagos is really relying on when it comes to housing and, road network to that state is important. If you go to the Obasanjo Bridge after Ikola, you will see the work Lagos State has done up to that neck of that place. Yes. You'd expect that once you cross into Otanko, you will see better roads, but you will see the development stop halfway. Alagbole Akute, the governor Amosun had done that bridge. Somebody had come again and finished the road, but the road towards Ogun State now, which is not even a federal road, is still in the same state. Now, if you say you don't give priority to states that have been you're supposed to be collaborating, roads that you're supposed to be collaborating on, which one is priority? The ones you are taking from inception all the way? Please.
I like the choice of word. You will assume, that's your assumption. You are not the person saddled with this responsibility. And a lot of, if you look at it, for example, there are roads. Look at Ijebu-Ode-Ekpe Road. Ogun State has done its own part to almost talking. But immediately you leave the Ogun part and you're coming into Lagos, you know what it is like. you will expect that Lagos too would immediately take that and do it. But it is not so. There are a lot of factors that comes into consideration when you have to use scarce resources to attend to enormous needs. I'm just giving you an example. I can go on and on. Parts of Lagos, roads that Ogun has done its part, and neighboring states are still waiting. Probably they felt they are pressing it, or it is. We probably will not have done it the way they want to do their own. You see, I'm explaining this for you to understand that in economics we talk about opportunity cost. For everything you have done, there is something left undone. I want to let me sum my position up with what I think is the opinion of Mr. Governor, my principal on this matter. His opinion is that we must carry this cross. So when this issue started, they are dragging Ogun. They are not. He said they are not dragging us. They are informing us, and it is what they are doing is crucial, is important, is good for us to know that yes, indeed, we still have a lot of work to do. And he sees it as we must carry this cross. We inherited this problem. We will not finish it, even if we use the whole allocation, everything we have to Ogun we won't finish it.
What's the state of Agbara?
Okay,
Agbara, for example.
Let me pause you for a second because I have to bring in someone who's supposed to be our second guest on this show. Joining us on the show is a businesswoman, political activist, former governorship aspirant Hawa Alabura. She'll be joining us from our Abuja studios. Okay. Welcome, Hawa. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much.
Good to have you because you are the forefront of the tweets that led to all the trends concerning the Ogun State roads. And I'll come to you in a minute because we're still engaging the special advisor in a second, but just let you know, we'll come to you in a minute. Let me just hear, I think BC wanted to say something about Morayo.
Okay. So I would like to know,
all right, okay,
for data's sake, when Governor Dapo Abiodun got into this point, the roads that he identified that he was going to work on, how many of those roads has he done so far? And what is left? So that people have a sense of, because sometimes we are quick to jump into conclusions when we really do not have data. So help us break it down. How many roads he identified, what he has done, and what is left, so that when we are seeking for help, maybe to the federal government to come and do their bit, we know what to hold. Just help us, sir.
Thank you very much. Talking about how many he identified, how many he has done, the governor went round while campaigning.
Okay.
He saw the state of things. He is somebody who went into office prepared. And he identified a lot of roads needing attention. And he made up his mind, he was going into office, that he was going to hit the ground running, prioritizing this road. And if you permit me, I'll tell you, I can go on. I don't just want to give you figures. I want to give you names of roads.
Yes. Okay.
Like if I tell you almost 100 roads, don't doubt me. I may not have the opportunity of listing everything, but there are some that, one way or the other, you will have seen them. I've just in Ijebu, and one thing the governor did is spread development.
Give me five.
Okay, I'll give you. For example, you must have seen the Ijebu, the Mojoda Ekpe Road. I just mentioned it. It's one of the best you can see anywhere. Then Abeokuta Shiun from Interchange. Okay. Then Pasheke Adigbe Road, right in Abeokuta. Let me jump it and talk about AIT Power Road in Ota. Because when people talk about Ota axis, I can mention, if I don't want to concentrate on Ota, but I would have gone on to mention roads in Ota. If you want more, there is a K Tashomori Road, which is in Abeokuta. Then away, even in the Ijebu axis, go the Oru, Awa, Ilaporu Road. These are new roads. If you want me to start mentioning rehabilitated road, there are many.
Okay, let me let Mariam jump in.
Yes, so I was going to ask, just also for information's sake, when were these roads done?
Good. All these roads that I mentioned, and more that I can mention, are roads done between 2019 when he took over and now. No, they are not inherited projects. Okay. Roads done. Talking about the one just within this 1 year. I can tell you about the Owode Ilaro Road. It's new. Hospital Road in Ogijo, it's barely months.
So these roads, because
Iperu, Shagamu, Iperu Road, it's new.
Okay.
I can go on and on. But then, of course, there are many roads needing attention.
Okay. I'm going to go on a very short break. When we come back, I'll bring in Hawa because she started the trends and we'll see the roads she has issues with and that caused this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing Ogun State, and if you know that we try to hold government accountable because they work for the public, and it's important that when times like this come, we have guests who are able to talk to us on what government is doing, and we also have citizens who are able to share their views on their own perspective. So we have Hawa again now, Abuja studio. Hello, Hawa, are you there?
I'm here.
Yes.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. So let's come to you. What were your own concerns about the roads, especially in Ogun State? And what roads were you referring to that the government really need to attend to?
So on the 21st of June, I visited Ogun because I have some family members that live there. And I can tell you that before then, because of so much marketing and publicity that Ogun State has had on social media, I had no concerns about the state. But once I left the Agege axis of Lagos and I was entering through Agbado and everything, I began to see death traps. You know, the sort of roads that can kill a human being. And then when I went down and saw the extended family and the grave, and when I saw how people were living there, I was moved to tears. I was like, this is a state that is close to Lagos. I haven't experienced this type of thing before. Like, you know, the roads were muddy. There was no sort of stone to at least help the people to move, you know. And I asked them, I said, do you people vote for Lagos State here, or you vote for Ogun State? And they said, oh, we vote for Ogun State. They said also the governor was here when he was looking for our votes and told us that he will fix the road. But since then, they haven't come back here. So I was just perplexed, and all this movement or hashtag came from personal experience, because I was like, why would I see such a thing and keep quiet? So I'm not an expert of Ogun State. I don't live in Ogun State, but I can tell you that Ogun State roads made me sick for 3 days, and there's no way we can keep quiet.
Yes.
Okay, I'll come to you in a second. Oguntola is on the phone. Good morning, Oguntola. Thanks for calling. You're live. Oh, we lost that call.
Yeah, I would like to know, because for data's sake now, we're trying to hold government accountable. I would like to know.
Okay. There. Hello, Oguntola. Are you there? Yes, you're live. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Very clearly. Good morning.
Okay, good morning, Morayo, Lima, DC and Maria. God bless you. God bless you. Please, I want to consult about this man that you brought to your program this morning. This is Morayo. I was living in Ogun State for so many years. I have a house here. Please, I want you to come from Songo to Ijoko, to Agbado, to Kiaro, to Lambe, to Ajuwon. There is no any good road in this area. There is no any good road, a tangible road in this area. Please, I want you to come and see by ourselves. We are landlords. We are the one contribute money to do a lot of things in this area. This government, this man didn't do anything for us. And our vote, the vote are taking this man in, it came from what we eat for. There's nothing this government did to us. Come to Agbado, come to Ajuwo, come to everywhere. Akute. There's no good road. People are crying every day. A lot of people have a house there. They are leaving the house, go to another place, abandon the house. Nobody, if you build the house in this area, I'm telling you, no tenant will come and rent the house. If you have any property or anything or business, the business will not function. There's no amount of money you spend on that business, on that thing, who you cannot see.
Thank you very much, Oguntola. I'd like you to respond to Hawa said hers, and he has also said that.
Thank you very much. Let me start from the last speaker.
Okay.
And, he listed a particular area, and there are no good roads there. And I can tell you that the Songo Agbado Lambe road is one of the roads that work will start on very, very soon. I can say that because I consulted data, like you say. And let me also say that what he's saying now, it's expected from a citizen living or working in a place where development is yet to come. And we appreciate it. Development will come, but it won't come once. It will come gradually. The people of Owode Shiun, Obafe, would not say this now because they will say this 12, 13 months ago. They will say the same thing. But now they won't anymore. The people in Molusi, Orui, Laporuawa axis won't say this again. So we understand the desires. But I want the people to also know that the governor understands the expectations from him.
So,
and given the available resources, he is working very, very hard. I'm going to, as opportunity permits, I'm going to be listing out these roads. Many of them, people who talk about bad roads are people who live in that area. I only wish, just this morning I told somebody that I wish I'm not an appointee at a time like this. If I was still on your side. It has always been my own style. Talk about what government is not doing. At the same time, talk about what has been done. I know the role I'll be playing now because there are so many roads that would still have been part of what we are clamoring about if Dapo Abiodun had not fixed them. Having said that, to respond to the caller, let me talk to my sister, Awa. Well, if I got her right, she visited for 3 days. And that formed her opinion. She probably is not a media practitioner. If she is not, she is excused. If she is, that's gross inadequate objectivity. 3 days visit, what part of the state could she have visited? I would like to host you in Abeokuta. I would want to host you in Shagamu. I want you to come with me to some parts of Ijebu-Ode on your next visit. And I will probably find a way of sending list of roads that were in terrible state prior to 2019, the coming of this government. Terrible state. Almost 100 roads. And I want you to please put the same energy in verifying if truly these roads were bad before and they have been fixed now. Please, I am pleading. I will not begrudge you for what you have done. Like my principal said, he said, you are not dragging us. You are informing us. And you have informed us now, and we have also come to inform you that we have done so many roads. Probably you didn't have the opportunity of visiting those areas. I listened to you. You came in through Agege. That's a federal road, my sister. And that's a road the Ogun State administration is working. So if we get what they call the Federal Executive Council approval letter, as of today, I am on national TV.
Yeah.
Ogun State has mobilized contractor to that road. Okay. Lagos, Sango, Abeokuta. Ogun State has, mobilized contractors. Right. What is stopping us is the issue of us not getting clearance from Federal Executive Council.
Okay, let me take
if we get it today, that road will be fixed.
Let me call you from Biodun is calling from Itele, Ogun State. Good morning, Biodun, you're live. Itele. Good morning, sir, you're live.
Morayo and the other good morning.
Good morning, sir.
It is very disappointing that this man will come up to be saying all this one. Those days when he appears on journalist standards and everything, he talks that as if he's a friend of the masses. I have been living in Teleota, Aparadija area to be precise, for over 10 years now. That road has been bad. Dapo Abiodun has not done anything there. Ask anybody that lives, that road used to be good during the days of Benga Daniel. It is the fastest way we connect to water, even from Abeson, from everywhere. But now that place is completely out of it. And he's telling us they are fixing. Is Abeokuta the only place in Ogun State? She should come and visit you in Abeokuta. Tell her to come and visit in Aparagida, or meet you in Utele, or meet you in Lafewa, or meet you in Ayetoro. Then you can say you are regarding Ogun State, not talking about Abeokuta, not talking of Ijebu. What is this talking about?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Biodun.
Exactly.
Because you keep emphasizing that the governor is aware of the plight of the people and roads will be done gradually. What roads are under the governor right now that are priority? Okay. In the sense that we know, I traveled to Ogun State, I traveled to Shagamu, Ijebu-Ode, Ijebu-Goto road in Ogun State, and you just said some are federal. I want to assume that's a federal road because it leads to Ore. The Agbara road I mentioned, some people have dropped certain roads now. Someone also mentioned online the Ajuwon area of Alagbole and Co. No, a message now on my page. talking about those roads. So let's just put it in perspective. I saw the message that you have about 20 roads or 120 roads.
5 by local government. More.
How many roads? What are the states of Ogun State roads generally? What is the overwhelming amount? Let's say they have 100 roads. Okay, we have 100 roads in the Ogun State. Tell us that fact if that's what they have. Okay, these are 20 that the governor was able to prioritize based on finances. I want those details now. So let's know how many bad roads.
The one we are working on now.
Yeah, let's know how many bad roads.
Let's start with priorities.
Let me. Priorities. And because the governor wants to spread development, as we speak currently, having concluded on a lot of phases, some roads were broken into phases. First phase, this, that. I just mentioned that. I can read on. Let's leave those on that has been done. Currently, 5 roads in each local government, selected by stakeholders. Okay, we know there are so many roads in your local government that are in terrible state. Give us 5 that we must work on immediately. We have the list here of 5 roads per local government. Apart from those ones, the government is also in collaboration with the federal government now, working on some roads. That constructions are ongoing there. Now, for example, somebody on Facebook talked about the Ladering Road that leads to the train station. So that the person should go there now. Construction is ongoing.
I traveled it.
I'm telling you to go there
from
now.
The train station inwards to...
When was the last time you traveled?
I traveled in April after Ramadan.
We're in July, for God's sake.
I spent a weekend in Ogun State. Even the taxi drivers complained. They just made the front of the airport. They just prepared the Shoyinka train station. That's where I stopped. They just start that place. The moment you drive up.
That's in April. You see, you travel to the train station in April.
In June.
I took the train.
Is it under construction or is complete?
Madam, visit the place now.
I'm going to engage.
That's right. I want to give you, in Mowe, there is a road that the construction is ongoing now. That Ade Shonolu Street. Construction is ongoing. It's prioritized. That's Mowe. We are rehabilitating Liberty Road in Oru.
All right.
It's ongoing. I can go on and on. Ask for construction. Safetedo in Peru. You see, the issue is about...
All right. Let me pause you for a second.
Okay, I want to ask...
One second, Nima.
No.
How I
I'm telling you what is ongoing.
No, it's printed. Maybe your SA, your special assistant.
These are my documents.
Printed it.
No, I'm SSA on public communications.
Okay, let's talk to Hawa for a bit. Okay. Hawa, I would like to know...
Yes. That's where the problem is.
Yes, I would like to know if you are able to remember the names of the roads that you saw, right? And I also hope that some callers who live in Ogun State can call in and tell us that they are staying where roads have been fixed, so that we can balance the conversation, so it's not tilted to one side. So Hawa, can you give us a few of the roads you saw, the location, so that he can confirm from his list? Maybe is one is supposed to be in the works.
In E4, they are not doing anything in E4.
Okay.
Agbado Okpelu, the road to the train station, as at yesterday, I have live videos, because what I do is I have residents that are sending me live videos of death traps. Okay. So when a state will send people like the SA of public communication or the person that's in charge of social media to talk to people when we are talking about infrastructure and when we are talking about roads, it will make us be doing mental gymnastics and will not drive to the points that we want.
Yeah.
These places are there. We have listed them on social media. Residents are the ones sending me videos. Up till now, there is no single, if you check in E4, there is no road. When you go into Okpelu that I saw with my eyes, there is no road. Everything is a muddy death trap. So when he comes and tells us they are doing, it took Ogun State 7 days. I was calling them out for 7 days before they could release a press release to say that we are working on so places. And when they even released that press release, they didn't put E4, they didn't put Ota, they said Soko, something, and then we're looking at it. They're a government, they're meant to protect lives and property. You knew that we are entering a rainy season. You could not say, I will give a provision for stones, or I will do drainage that will help some of the water go away. I saw children that couldn't go to school. Some of their parents have to carry them on their back to cross this water to be able to take them to school. So
how can we be talking about roads in 2024 when I had some data analysts that looked into the budget of Ogun State? They budgeted for this year only about less than 500 million for infrastructure, and the governor's office has over 100 billion. So we are talking, I don't like to do mental gymnastics with people that have to do their job. I need the people that are in charge of infrastructure. I need the people that are in charge of fixing the roads to actually fix the road, because we're going to give you time because of respect, because we are respectful citizens and we understand the governor and we understand the government. But if these roads are not fixed, we are going to come back and campaign, because even I that want to stop, the residents are telling me, please do not stop, because our life expectancy rate is being cut short. It's not rocket science.
I'll let you respond to her.
Oh, beautiful. I respect your opinion. However, I want to tell you that I think you are either misguided or you are not looking at issue objectively. I have told you, 3 days is not enough for you to develop the level of expertise you are trying to display. You came to Ogun State, according to you, to a particular place, and you spent 3 days.
What of the videos the residents?
I'm coming to that. I will help you get residents who will send you videos of good roads in Ogun State. You see, I am a professional journalist. Listen, you're going to listen to me, I listen to you. I'm a professional journalist, and you cannot wish that I say what you want me to say. I'll tell you this. The fact that you have taken it to the length of having some people send selective videos to you is defeating what you are doing. I expect somebody to have sent the video of hospital roads to you. I'll send you to the before and after of that place. In Ogijo, I lived around there in Ikorodu for some time before moving. And that's a road that was left for almost 9 years. People were selling their houses on that road. I think this is the video. People were selling their houses on that road. An in-law who lived there abandoned the place. Go there now and see the place springing up back to life. Somebody should have sent you that video. Somebody should have sent you the video of Shimu Owode Road, where we have farm locations at the back, and they could not bring their produces to town for years. And then go there and see what is happening. Once you get to that Shimu junction in Owode, you will see people coming out with their produces. The road is... Somebody should have sent you that video too. Somebody didn't do that. Nobody did that. But people send you selective videos. Okay. As much as I appreciate what you are doing, I would plead with you that you don't let it become colored in a manner that we begin to fear. And you talk about you want the commissioner for works, infrastructure to come here. Look, what we do in Ogun State is everybody do your bit. The commissioner who spent time convincing me that, look, this is what we have. I took that. That's why I didn't rush down here.
Okay, let me...
I went to all these places. Yeah. Okay, this has been done.
All right.
Then you are claiming, hold on, man. You are saying workers have been mobilized to certain roads, sir. I went there, and that's why when you are talking about Ladder, I'm telling you, you will have to go back. I've mentioned some roads that are ongoing there. Let people call in and say it's not so. The last person who called, we know ourselves. When politicians call, don't expect me to give too much of responses. Right. The last caller is speaking from very politicized view. Okay. The truth of the matter is we have a state that is in dire need of infrastructural development because it has been left unattended for too long. He said he's been living in Italy.
1 second, let me take this caller. So Tosin is holding for a while. Good morning, Tosin, you're live.
Good morning.
Yes, morning. Go ahead, please.
I want to say one or two things because this show is getting interesting. You see, this man, I don't know why they will come on live TV and you want to cover up on some things that are not visible. I've lived in Info. I still be married by God. My family is in Info. My dad, my mom, and everybody is in Info. I now stay in Lagos. It is fair going to Info to go and visit my family. I usually take a bus to toll gate. Hello?
Go ahead, we can hear you.
I usually take a bus to toll gate. From toll gate, I will now take a bike to Ifo because that road is not motorable. For how many years they will keep waiting for an approval from the federal government before they can walk on that road? That's on my side. If you go towards Ibogun axis, that road has been there. It has been a death trap for so many years. For so many years. Then aside that, there are so many roads. When you get to Ewekoro, you are going to Abeokuta. That road has been so bad. Hello?
Mariam, come, let me jump. I'll let you respond. Let Mariam add her question first.
My question is, okay, what do we do now? So first of all, I'm hearing the state of the roads. The people that have called have described it as death traps. So they're just not mini potholes here and there. And it shows that it's sustained for a long time, the state of these roads. But what do you do in the different phases, you know, to sort of alleviate or like some sort of palliative, you know, until you can do it properly? So that it's not so much as a death threat, at least it's a bit more tolerable until you can do a proper tariff.
Let me respond to you quickly before going to... the government of Prince Dakwa Abiodun is not stopping on palliatives, where rehabilitation or construction cannot be done immediately, that I assure you. But if we are looking at that Lagos-Sango-Abeokuta road, sincerely, I want people listening to me to be fair. The government of the previous administration, President Jonathan, said, you can fix road, we'll pay you back. When President Buhari came, he said, don't fix roads if I don't give you approval. This administration is telling you, don't fix federal roads until you are allowed to. It's not about we won't give you money. It's about the minister, as part of efforts of my governor, the Minister of Works, have visited both the Ijebu-Ode Benin Road and this Lagos Abeokuta twice on each occasion, in his desire to press what is left. I want to tell you that unless, apart from the issue of not fixing it because federal government has not given approval, we mobilized contractors who said, look, if we start work there, there could be legal issues. Some of these roads have been under contract. The governor was of the opinion, let's fix it. We can only sort it out with government to government issue. And so the contractor said, we may get there and we'll get a stop order. Some of the roads that have been mentioned here, I don't want to be particular. Some of these roads you have mentioned on the outskirts are under legal issues. I don't want to. Okay. Some of these roads are... But the last speaker who spoke about Ifo, he lives in Ifo. All the places he mentioned they are along that Lagos-Sango-Abeokuta road. So I want us to always differentiate that. We are handicapped by legislations and government activity, federal, state, on this. Let's talk about roads, similar roads that the government have taken up and have done. I want to tell
Hawa
you...
mentioned 500 million.
The budget.
Yes, that's what... based on what Hawa said, you said that you have 100 billion naira according to what you get, but yet you are only budgeting 500 million for... Is that correct?
She doesn't have her statistics, and I'm not going to I'm not going to fall into the same trap of giving wrong statistics.
Okay.
But you don't have the numbers. You don't have the numbers with you.
No, I don't have...
accurate number. How much is being budgeted
They can check,
for rehabilitation?
is it state science or something?
You said?
Yeah.
Or something.
Sorry, Hawa?
I want to plead again that I do not want to be dragged into that.
You want to verify it. You want to cross-check it.
Verifications. I want to tell her to verify her figures.
She's giving what we're expecting.
She's saying or something. I want to discuss on something. Of course, it's a budget. I can give you... The issue of road is not in isolation. We can have what
it's okay to say you don't have the figures here. It's okay. It's not
I don't have it here, and I'm not going to speculate. But I'm also telling her that she shouldn't go talking on national TV, national radio, speculating.
Okay.
That is one. Two, the issue of budgeting. If we had budget for road and we have to stay within it, sometimes the changing in cost. I lived in the north where she is from. You cannot fix the road. What you use to fix 500 kilometers here, I'm assuming, will fix 3,000 kilometers up north. That's one.
Okay, sir, I have a question.
Okay.
Or more like just to clear something.
Okay.
I believe it's not supposed to take you 2 years, 5 years, 10 years to come into a place, see a problem, and highlight it.
Yes.
As citizens, we have rights to say, this is what we have noticed, this isn't working well, and call your attention as our representative and as our government to come and fix it.
Definitely.
And one of the reasons why we don't have a lot of accountability is because a lot of people are afraid of this defensiveness that comes out of government. For every time you highlight, okay, these roads need to be done, or this one needs to be paid, they always come up with, no, you are not saying it correctly, or there's a political agenda, and Nigerians are moving away from that. So what I expect from you today is to tell us, okay, we have heard what you have said. We are going back to those roads to highlight on the things that we need to do. And for the roads that are government roads, federal roads, we are going to state it. Is it going to be on the website or anything where people can have that information? Stated that these are federal roads and we are waiting for so and so thing to be able to carry it out. Now, for the inter roads that people have highlighted that have issues, you would have to give us the plan for it. Is it going to take 6 months? Is it going to take 1 year? What's plan? What are you doing? Is there money for it? What are you doing for that road? That way, Nigerians now understand that you are there to serve them. You are there to work for them. And you're not going to be defending anything they bring to you, sir.
Thank you. Let me, please, I appreciate your submission. But at the same time, I also want you to know that in explaining what you will do, it is important to tell the people what you have been doing. And that's what I've done.
Okay.
It is not enough to say, I'm like you, I've been on this side, and somebody comes in, after all this complaint, and tell us, we have had you, we will do it. That's not what my principal wants us to do. He wants us to tell you that when we came, like you said, it didn't take him 1 month to identify the problems. He did. Roads are issues in Ogun State, and that's why he's been able to fix all this since inception. And that's why within a year, I've listed out the ones he has done. And that is why we know that what you are saying, the genuine ones. Okay. I came in here, I saw a video, I told you this video is not Ogun State. Go and check it. That video, the last video shown in that role, it's not Ogun State. Many of the videos.
The standard is high for
many of the videos being bandied online are not Ogun State. Okay. But we know those who are Ogun State. And I can assure you, you spoke about what the plan is.
We have very little time.
The plan is 5, currently, apart from this one we are doing with the federal government that I listed out, we are doing 5 roads per local government. There is provision for it. There are plans for it. And I hope you will invite me back soon. Okay. I'll be able to tell you this is what we have done in all this.
I have somebody on phone, but let me
Babatunde Muideen says, why did the governor abandon roads constructed by Amosun to connect Lagos? Also, someone is saying here, he abandoned most roads, talking about the Jebu-Ode Shagamu Road, and focused so much on Ikperu, developing only Ikperu. He is not governor for Ikperu, he is governor for Ogun. I'd like you to respond.
Okay, before you respond, please note that. Let me let Tommy, who's been holding for a while. Tommy, your comments, please.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, Morayo. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm calling from Morayo at this Road. I just want to clarify that at this Road that the man used to mobilize people. I say in addition, there is nothing like mobilization of that road. We have not done anything. We are tired. Ogun State is suffering, especially that Morayo Road linking to Ogun State. I mean, linking to Ofada Road. You did only 1 lane, and you keep passing those lanes. Every time we are always having accidents on that road. And the other...
Okay, I'm going to take, we have a lot of comments on social media which to take, but I know that I'd like Hawa to also, because you said you've made a lot of submissions, a bit of what's been done. Hawa, the SA here has said quite a bit on what's been done, what's been prioritized, the limitations they have concerning budget and infrastructure. What is your own comments on that? What do you make of what you said so far?
Yeah. The way I tackle issues is that I do not like to do conversations on conversations. What residents are sending me is different from what is being painted here. The roads that they say they've done, if you check, even 4 years ago, some of them have been snapped and shown, and they keep repeating same roads, and residents are angry that these are same roads that you keep, showcasing. I also want to say that this is 2024. Anybody from any part of Nigeria
Nigeria can highlight any problem in Nigeria in any state, because I noticed that the media team of Ogun State tried to launch a tribal attack on my personality just because I called out Ogun State and I have a name, Hawa Alabura, and they do not know that Omo Yoruba ni mi Momo Yoruba, so they launched a tribal attack so that they could shut me up just because I'm complaining about the roads in Ogun State. We have given them time. We will give them time to work because we are not trying to cause chaos or start up something in Ogun State. But we are also assuring them that if they do not work, we will also carry on with our campaign of Dapo, fix Ogun roads. That's all I have to say.
I have
for
one question for her, just so that, because sometimes it's been assumed or alleged that, oh, this person must be speaking for a political group, or you have some political affiliations or motives.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us exactly why you're speaking? As a concerned citizen, or do you have some political affiliations or, things that you're planning to do as well?
Yes, so all these attacks were very shocking to me because as the time when I came out on social media to support the presidency of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it was a taboo for anybody to come out on Twitter to support him at that time that we came out. So having someone say that I'm not even from Ogun State, that I have something that I want or this, it's just ridiculous to me. I'm speaking from personal experience, and when I spoke my experience and saw that people had the same experience, I was shocked. And it was those people that kept moving me to please speak for them. And even aside that, some people that were liking and sending me videos were receiving death threats, because some people sent me messages that, oh, they thought that I sent you the video, they thought that I sent you this place, so they're trying to silence us. They said they know where we live in Ogun State. So these are just ridiculous and petty things for something like fix roads. There's nothing I want in Ogun State. I do not want to run for office. I do not want to get anything. I do not have any affiliation with Ogun State. So please do not look at it like there's any political undertone. I am just asking that the lives of these people be valued, because what I experienced, I honestly promised the people that I went to visit that if I have the capacity, I will move them out, because it was an eyesore. And I even cried that day. So it was terrible for me.
Let's take a few comments on social media, then I'll let you recap and just give us exactly what's been done. So I have someone here, Omomi. I'm not sure she wants me to mention her last name, but she says, Morayo, I can't seem to get through. The appointee defending Governor Dapo Abiodun should be, let me not use that word. Several roads in Ogun State and are death traps and terribly bad. I attended an event 2 years ago, and the governor too was in attendance. The royal father had publicly pleaded with him to please help them fix the roads, and he responded that he would do it ASAP. I went back a year after, and still it was nothing been done. Morayo Abeokuta Road, he kept emphasizing on, is the state capital. Several governors have been there before Governor Abiodun, so the roads were already fixed before he came into power. He ought to have done more. Several roads in Ogun State are terribly bad. I'm an APC member, I'm not being biased, and he did the second term, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, so Ayomi Peter says, good morning, ladies in the house. I've been in Ogujo since 2008, and I can testify that indeed Ogujo roads were bad, but now it's very good. Thumbs up.
Okay, so that's a good
balance.
Balance. Okay.
I want to listen to that.
Laide says, Magboro Road is in terrible state. Abatunde Muideen Ojo says, Madam, your guest is not saying the truth. Ogun State is the worst in the whole of Southwest. Ado Odo Ota is the worst part from those roads constructed by Amosun, and Dapo has abandoned them. His government did not do anything, Ado Odo Ota and the rest. Okay, we have to wrap up, so I'm going to let you, sir, have you've heard everybody, the complaints on social media, you've heard Hawa, you've heard callers, so what's your summation?
Yeah, my summation is the same as I said when I was coming in. We are going to carry this cross. The principal is willing and ready to serve because he sought the people's vote, and he's serving. And it is with the same commitment which he has fixed, rehabilitated, and constructed almost 100 roads since he came, that he will fix these ones we are talking about, the genuine ones. Those ones, and the federal road, we are not giving up. We are going to get necessary approvals, we are going to do them. And for those who feel he has not done enough, maybe you'll be more patient with us. He will do more. For those of us who know very well that he has done so much, beyond roads for Ogun State, somebody said he has been in a place for 15 years and the road has been like that. I don't need to say anything on that. That has always been in office for 5 years. Many of the roads we are talking about, you see, we believe in continued governance. Many of these roads they are talking about that used to be good were fixed 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Why did they go bad?
Okay.
So, I mean, see, if we go deep into this conversation, you will understand that Ogun State, a pastor said God knew that John the Baptist needed to prepare the ground for Jesus. That's why I allowed him to come. Those who ought to have prepared the ground for us, if they are done well enough, maybe we won't be talking this way.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure having you. Thank you very much. Hawa, thank you very much for joining us in Abuja studios. We appreciate your comments, and we continue to observe and see how the government of Ogun State is able to respond to the citizens and see how things go in the next few years. Let's go on a break. When we come back, move on to our next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So it's still our Thursday as we are finished with Ogun State. Moving down to Lagos State. So yesterday there was confusion, lamentation galore in Lagos. As activities and most parts of the state were paralyzed following early morning rains that left many neighborhoods heavily flooded, with motorists trapped along major roads, including the ever-busy and newly furnished, newly developed and rebranded, remodeled Third Mainland Bridge. Anyway, joining us to give us clarity on what government is doing, especially concerning environment, is the Commissioner for Environment himself, Commissioner of Environment and Water Resources, Mr. Tokunbo Wahab. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Morayo.
So we appreciate that you're here, that you didn't send an essay to us, that you came by yourself. So tell us, there's so much in Lagos State yesterday was unbelievable. And we got feedback from you when you sent a tweet that the tidal level increased in the lagoon. That's probably what caused the water pushing back. But what have you done so far to alleviate the effects of yesterday's flood especially?
Okay, I will start by apologizing to Lagosians for the disruption witnessed for some few hours of the day yesterday. For those who don't know, global warming and climate change issues are real issues. The rain was for about 10 hours. So for those on the island, that's Ikoyi, Lekki, the peninsular corridor, where you have the sea and the lagoon at the discharging points, the water level, the tidal level was very high. So we had done our findings and we said to Lagosians, just please be calm. Within an hour or two, it will recede, it will be down, and then the storm water can discharge. And that affected Olupomeji, inward Third Mainland, from this axis of Lagos. And subsequently that happened. The water receded, and then we had our normal lives back. For those on the upland, that's Agege, Ikeja, Alimosho, we had the water level up, but we had built resilient infrastructure to discharge them into the creeks and the lagoons. So for me, the apology is in place. It's not because we didn't prepare for this. It's because nature naturally took its course. So we are sorry to Lagosians. And then for the family that lost the child, we are very sorry. It was not intended. It was not planned. Flash flooding happens globally. What you can do as a government, as a people, is to embrace nature and live with nature. With 10 hours of heavy rainfall like we witnessed yesterday, anywhere in the world, you have that kind of a flooding. Call it UK, US. Southern Florida has been under the waters for the past 2 weeks. Full flooding, but it was flash flooding. So by 10:30, 11, things had returned to normal. So the apology for me is to say to the Lagosians, we're sorry. That disruption wasn't intended. We did all we had to do. This is FAC team on ground since 4 a.m. yesterday, but the water level was very high, and it took a while to discharge.
Okay, sir. You're right. We understand global warming and climate change. But we've always said in Nigeria, things are compounded because of the way that, especially in Lagos, the way that we manage waste, the way that our drainages are blocked, the waterways, buildings up on drainages and things like that. We know that you've been doing some work with trying to get some building off some waterways, but how has that impacted, you know, on what happened yesterday? And what does this mean for us in a few years? Because we have these issues over and over, and we always feel that government should be able to do something this time so that the next time it happens, we can see an improvement instead of going back.
Thank you very much. Let me start with waste. Waste, we've done so much. And I'm glad to say that the state government in the past few months had gone into a PPP arrangements for waste to wealth. And that's why I can say to you, we seek to decommission Olusosun the next few months. Okay. And then we have also done a PPP arrangement with a Dutch company for waste to energy. Wow. Just so we generate 13,000 tons of waste a day. So that can be put to productive use. Waste is only waste when you fail to put them to use. Yes. Yeah. But they are valuable if you put them to proper use. So that is ongoing. But for a people, there was a picture of a family in the rain around the Kate, Itere Kate. They came out with their dustbin and chose to discharge it into the drain system. And when they informed us, it was a whistleblower that informed us, immediately we traced the property. We seek to arrest them and we sealed it up. That's what the law provided for. That was yesterday in the rain. So it shows also that people have developed a very bad habit without consequences. And we said no to that. Now to those people that are built on channels, for months now, we've been removing those contraventions and we'll keep removing them. If you look at the axes that were prone to flood before now on the island, they were not flooded yesterday. That's Ogombo Mobile Corridor, where you have System 44 that was totally obliterated, and we had to open up in October. And gracefully, the governor approved. They are giving them the infrastructure, that's a trapezoidal, instead they will discharge into Ikota Creek. It's not flooded. VGC is not flooded because we removed contravention blocking the flow of water to the lagoon that's just behind them. And some other areas, even Ikoyi. What they witnessed in Ikoyi was basically a flash flood. Kefi was discharging into the 5 Cowrie Creek. The anti-air collector was discharging easily to the 5 Cowrie Creek. The Onikoyi was discharging into the lagoon and saving Banana Island and the axis. So those were taken care of. And luckily also, on the mainland, we've done a lot of work, Apapa and other areas. Yes, the flash flooding that we witnessed on the island was basically because of the tidal level. Right. Okay. And for those that are on the mainland, the upland, was basically because of the rainfall, incessant rainfall for 10 hours that stretched the infrastructure beyond limits. And within an hour or two, it discharged off the road.
So I'm coming. No,
what happened? No.
Because pictures came out. Terrible.
Now, Ojo, Yanoi Bags.
So you've addressed.
No, I'm coming to that.
So much of
no, but not at all. We did the old corridor. Yanoiba at flash flood.
Trade fair. Same as last year.
Now, no, what happened at trade fair was this. We're doing a collector we've not finished. I won't lie or not take ownership. We had 1 or 2 issues we are not finished because they are also constructing that road. So it was discharged properly out of that axis. But if you had passed by after like 2 or 3 hours,
live there.
You live there. Did you find the water this morning?
Yes.
On the
this
same
morning
spot?
Was better. Yesterday, I paddled my car. Water was over my bonnet. I paddled my car to pick my son from school in Satellite Town, come out. No way, there's no drainage open. Onto Ileko, the water was this high.
This is the Lagos Badagry Express Road.
This is the Badagry, this is the express.
This is the express.
We're talking of inward, the towns.
Now, there are two sides.
You have water all this way. We have the drainages on the Rede Road, clogged left, right, and I'm wondering who prepared for the rains. Because if the gutters were open, at least there will be collection for water. It's full all the way here.
Aja, now, the Rede Road and the other collectors were being declogged. I know for a fact we mobilized contractors.
I live there.
Now I will flag it, and then I will revert. I have to send you a message or send Morayo a message when I get back to the office. Now Lagos is a very big state. Yes, you can tell me, oh, you've been mobilized. Are you on site? There are two different things, but we're also dropping the ball on that. So I will take ownership for whatever had happened at Irede and Satellite Town.
Feedback, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate the way you're taking the feedback.
I'm telling you.
That's when we talk about true leadership and service. You don't shut the people up. You hear them out, and then you say, okay, I would look into this, and then I'll come back with proper information and data.
Thank you.
But I was concerned because I saw more like a loophole on the government side. Now we knew from beginning, with all the warnings, that the rains and the floods were going to come. And I would like to know the other agencies who are supposed to be on the roads, what sort of arrangements did you have with them? So, for instance, I know that in a place like Lagos, if you park anywhere wrongly, they will come and tow your vehicle before you come out. We expected those towing vans to be out there helping people whose cars quenched on the road. Coming down from, the island to the mainland, from the mainland to and back, you will see a lot of vehicles dying on the roads. Nobody was there to take them. There were other places where, cars were not able to pass. We didn't see any form of government official coming to sort of make like an assistance, give an assistance so that people are able to pass. What we saw were the, I don't want to use the word hoodlums now. What do they call them?
Good boys.
The good boys, who took advantage of the situation, and they were making money out of it. So what other plans did you have with other agencies for this rain? What other preparations did you have with other agencies about the flooding that was?
Thank you very much. I know LASMA as an agency was out yesterday. The HC Transport and the SC Transport, my colleagues in ESCO, as Shewon Shiemi and Shola Giwa, were all out yesterday, even in the rain with us. Now, can they cover the whole state simultaneously? It's almost impossible. Yeah. Now, we also, on our part, deployed the FAG team. The FAG is the Emergency Flood Abatement Gang. They were everywhere where we have our black spots and challenges to see how they can push the water out on time. For me, it's beyond the environment. It's a multi-agency approach.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we did that yesterday. Yesterday's rain was unprecedented. We knew it was going to come. The rain between July 3rd and 7th. But July 3rd will be the highest, and then it will subside July 4th, 5th. By 6th and 7th, it will also be high, but it won't be as much as that of yesterday.
So weekend?
So weekend will be fine, but not as bad as yesterday. So we had put in place human and physical infrastructure.
Okay.
And they were the things that enabled us return our lives to normal. Wherever we have loopholes, we take ownership.
I like
we go
that
back
because
and we go and see how to
great
fix them.
example. But you mentioned that it was an interagency thing. This morning, they all showed the end inwards charity. The truck that caused that traffic is still there. We're all diverting to the service lane. And the water is still there. So you just downwards is last mile headquarters, and you're wondering they cannot find a towing truck.
No. I think as I speak, they have told it.
Okay. So there's something that they said earlier. Flash flooding is a global phenomenon. Everybody, different countries have it, and even in Florida, it's currently in the last 2 weeks. What is government doing to educate its citizens to understand and prepare for the flood? I know there's quite a bit of sensitization because we don't see it often. We kind of just don't pay too much attention. But we must be reminded that we're a coastal state. And that means that these things might happen. So the woman that lost her child, for example, probably caught her unaware. She doesn't even know what happens when water comes around. They don't even know what to do. So many countries around the world, their citizens already have an idea. Oh, the hurricanes are coming. Oh, the flood is coming. This is what we do to protect our homes. They have an information. But here we don't. It just comes and we're all shocked and then we just move on.
Morayo, we've been pushing out this information, like you said, and this advocacy for the past few weeks. From April, I think it was April 1st or 2nd, started pushing the advocacy out and the information.
Saw it in the papers.
Those on the low line should please move out because this year...
We never believe you when you say that.
Yeah, but move out
We should believe.
Now, we have IDP camps.
Okay.
And people should learn to believe government. There are information within the government's reach that you don't have. When the government says to you, for this and these reasons, you must vacate this area. But we are so attached to our belongings, physical belongings, even at the expense of our lives at times. It's unfortunate.
They're Africans.
But it doesn't make it right.
Maybe I missed it, but like when these sort of things happen abroad, the news will be showing and messages will be going on. As the rain starts, we'll start hearing them also giving the messages. But we don't hear that. So I want to say maybe I missed it because I was on the show or something. But it was not on the radio as the rains were starting, that these rains are going to continue. Those of you right now, this is a warning, move away. We don't have that.
Rain, they come, or rain, they come. Or if they live for here, they live for there, they live for there.
We normally get an estimated time. Maybe during this, in July, from the first week or the second week, the rains will be coming. You should move to the higher ground. But people are living their lives, you know, so they need to know what days specifically they can move away, and they need to prepare for that.
Before you respond to that, let me take Yakub. He's been holding for a while. Yakub, sorry for keeping you. Are you still there?
Yeah, no problem.
Go ahead, please.
Good morning, everyone out there. Good morning to all everyone in the studio. Morayo, I think there's a different routine this morning. It is unfortunate that the last guest that you have, I couldn't get in. It is so painful that I didn't get in. Yeah, and then you can see the difference between when you are defending a working government or a working governor than trying to defending a governor that's not working. Looking at your guest this morning, your guest, the second one, is talking and then is giving us facts. Morayo, I can tell you categorically that Ogun State has forgotten its local government totally. In fact, if it is not a Lagos boy that's moving from Alimosho down to Ogun State in the last election, I can tell you the governor cannot get it the second time. You know what I'm talking about. If not that Lagos boy that are moving from Lagos down to Ogun State, become a senator in that Ogun State, he can never get that ticket. So Lagos State is doing very well. Yes.
Okay. It's okay. Senator Yai.
Say you know. Where do you meet this Yakub from?
So I have a question. You know,
he was going to respond.
So yes, we return to Mariam's question.
Mariam, for me, you can't have everything ready. So my takeaway from this is we need to prepare more on how to disseminate information at critical crisis time like this. So thank you very much.
So I have a question. Let me just quickly add it to my own. The canal spanning Akinwumi, Arowojobe, and Eboti in Maryland, that's the canal that takes in all the water from Maryland. Has there been a dredging? The canal in Satellite Town linking into Ojo from Abule Osun towards Ojo, I did not see a dredging happening. And NIMET was giving this forecast over and over. Did you prepare for the rain and how many of these canals did you dredge? Did you desil the drainages? How did you prepare?
Now, you don't touch all the canals year out, every time, annually. So, for instance, for the first one you asked, the one discharging into Maryland, when we choose to say we want to open up systems 1, the Alaro, is to enable this canal discharge effectively. Because this canal is so critical, and the same way System 1 is so critical. So System 1 takes the water from this canal and discharges it into the lagoon. This canal doesn't discharge into the lagoon. And I know we've worked on this canal. So if we finish all the work on this canal and we fail to fix System 1 or the Alaro by removing all the inhibitions and the contraventions on that route.
You mean the construction of the second Okpebe Bridge?
Okpebe Bridge is just on this side of it. Those people that are built on the Systems 1, that's what the Alaro, down to the lagoon, then whatever we have done upstream and downstream of this canal becomes inefficient and a waste of taxpayers' money. So those things were done, and that is why even if there were flash floods around Arowojobe, they were minimal compared to what we used to have in the past. Because the system was treated. For Satellite Town, we have mobilized the contractor. I know.
Has it gone too tight?
It's not, because his money has not been paid.
Okay.
So that's the honest truth.
I thought mobilize means I'm giving you money.
So
mobilize
mobilize means we've awarded the contract to you.
Okay.
The next level is you are waiting for payment.
Okay.
The one that
And we always try to tell them, don't go and borrow money as double-digit interest rates.
Yes.
And then you start blaming the government for your...
Wait for us to pay you.
Once we pay you,
Then you go ahead.
and then you go ahead and do the work very well.
Ojo's video yesterday was disheartening. There's a canal that discharges into the lagoon. I'm trying to remember, off mile 10.
Yes.
That area, has it been dredged?
Yes. Now, there are 3 of them on that axis are very critical. There's one that passes through the Alaba, behind Alaba.
Yeah.
It's been awarded. This particular one has been awarded, and that of Satellite Town.
Okay. Talking about canals.
Can I just ask one? Because when you came into office, You're pulling down structures left, right, and center.
I wasn't pulling down, I was removing.
You're removing structures. They're blocking the channels. They are blocking it. Now that you have removed, and now the rains have come, these ones that you have removed, where are the places, what are the results
Thank
of
you
the
very
removal?
much. That's a very good question. We removed on system 44 routes, and it's not flooded.
Where is system 44?
That's Abogombo through Ikota Creek.
Okay.
It was obliterated and we removed.
If island matter, what's your problem with island?
Coming.
Aboru Command.
Coming.
Aboru Command from Ekoro Junction was, a lot of properties were removed and it was awarded the company called Tokunbo. They've been on site.
No, Aboru is Alimosho.
It's Alimosho, and they've been on site. They're doing the work.
But I'm waiting for the Agor.
Would they allow them to remove structure?
Did they remove
No. I'm coming.
They did.
We were at Okota. We were at Isolo. There's a Bokno. There's a canal that's through Bokno at Isolo. And we moved. And that is why today.
There was flood yesterday.
No. There was flash flood yesterday, Ajia.
Flash flood is not
Flash means
flood.
it comes and it goes immediately.
Almost immediately, because we had to remove those contraventions. The delay for that was because they took us to court. And we were in court for about 2 years. It was the day the court struck out the matter, the next day, we moved the contractors to sites. And we had to remove the contraventions, blocking that Bokno Canal. We are still coming back to Isolo. We are still coming back to Isolo. I won't mention the place in Isolo. Because people have gone ahead to go and block areas.
When are you coming to trade fair?
Well, look, it is in phases.
The phases.
It's in phases.
So
The first,
Development is in phases.
Because people are living there for God's sake. But people are living there, and it's lasting for too long. Let me talk now.
Let me explain to you. We are not cherry picking this
It
operation.
seems that way.
We started clearing out Lagos from Orile down to Masa. You are aware, that was where we started from. Reclaiming the ungoverned spaces. That's on the island. We moved to that point before we even came to the island. We've awarded the contract to establish the right of way first for all those channels around that axis. It's after doing that, we now award the contract for a tri-piece soda to be constructed for them to discharge easily.
Please, leave island alone. Just leave them.
No.
Come to the mainland and focus,
No, we are not even
especially on job.
I don't even know
You've done
island. I
enough
don't know
for the
mainland.
island. You've done enough.
Just know Lagos.
I don't know mainland. I just know Lagos.
Because Nima will not leave your neck until you come to Ojo. Let us know. And when you're going there, please put banner. I am in Ojo.
You see, I understand the sarcasm, but let me tell you something.
It's not sarcasm.
The roads on Badagry Expressway throughout Ambode's administration and early years of Governor Sanwo-Olu's administration were in a bad state. They were newly fixed, and I see water destroying it every morning driving.
No, let me tell you.
Collection of water now, we're afraid that when the rail lines, which is electric, passes through trade fair, that position where it's going to pass is holding water right now, and you want to pass electric trains there. So when we ask questions,
let me explain
I'm not here to fight anybody.
Let me explain to you.
On your area.
I will give this to my colleagues in the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure. You know, that infrastructure was built by them. They have to cede it to Ministry of Environment for us to start excavating the drainage system. And they have done that for the past 1 month. And we started work from Orile. There's a particular junction around Orile. If you want to come towards National Theatre, it's perpetually flooded.
Yes. Thank you.
We have worked there. We worked extensively.
You must have seen the state of the road, the new road, now because of water collection.
But we have no choice. We have to keep working.
So you know why I'm passionate.
Look, Nima, I'm passionate about Lagos just like you are about Lagos. It's like me saying I want to focus on Ekpe because I'm from Ekpe. No. I'm appointed Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources for Lagos State. Island, I don't know. Mainland, I don't know. Ikorodu, I don't know. I just know Lagos. As one Lagos.
Yeah.
So be patient with us, but stand on our neck.
All right.
And I can assure you, we will not drop the ball on this.
Okay, so I have this. So yesterday on my way to work, I was caught in some flood as well, Ikorodu Road. That happens every year, every time there's rain.
It's a black spot, yeah?
Yes, so I'm wondering what the plans government has for that road. Do you just have school children in cars stuck there, and it's quite dangerous? That's one. Secondly, the Surulere area where I live, there's this canal that goes underneath Western Avenue, just as the Eco Bridge, joins the road. That canal, there was lots of plastic and styrofoam in that canal. But also on the sides of the canal, the former one that have been dredged out, they're still there on the sides of the canal. So when the rain is so much heavier and the canal fills up, those waste goes back into the canal. And that thing is there for so long. So I'm wondering, what is the plan? Because this happens every year.
Okay, let me start with the last one. The plan is once you excavate, you allow the water to dry up before you move it. And it doesn't mean that you leave it there perpetually.
It's been there for a long time.
So for us now, you just blow the whistle, and it behoves us to call on the contractor to do the needful. Even if it's not available, we can call on FAG to use their own equipment to do it. Now, when we banned styrofoam around January, people were like, why did you have to ban styrofoam? If we didn't ban styrofoam, it would have been worse for us yesterday. So the implications of the ban, the good side of it is what we are now enjoying. Okay. And it's a continuous thing, it's a journey.
We have to.
And for Ikorodu Road, it's a black spot. We keep working on it. FAG is aware of it. What they have to keep throwing that point of Ikorodu towards Palm Grove and Obanikoro to discharge out of the road. So it's an ongoing thing, and they have to.
We have to wrap up, unfortunately. We have run out of time, but I think we have to bring you back in next 3 months because, we need to show that work has been done on the area has been raised.
Yes.
By Nima, Mariam, and I think BC, all of us. So we'll call you back again in 3 months' time to give us an idea of what you've done so far. It would not be fair to be saying that you're still working on it, but we'd like to see some work being done. But thank you so much.
Can I just say something before I go, please? Lagosians should be patient with us. We're not dropping the ball. We're not going to make excuses. It's a journey, and we are on that journey. Yeah. People will be inconvenienced right here and there. Houses will be removed when they block the channels. But it's for the overriding public interest. What happened yesterday was not intended. It's not for lack of planning. It was nature that took its course.
Okay.
And it was flash flooding. All right. And we are sorry about the disruption to their lives and for the loss of life that we witnessed.
That's all we can take today. Join us tomorrow for another exciting show. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.